Dude, Jawan has upped his game. I've seen Jawan first on these like 20 times in the last 20 of these that I've done. Jawan has upped his game for sure. What's going on, y'all? How's it going? Yeah, Canadian's losing his edge for sure. Which cheeks do I mean?
Oh, would you like a Coke Zero or anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I gotta get myself in the live stream mindset for tonight. I can't believe that there's 10 people in this debate. Still. I'm flabbergasted by that fact. They actually added some, what's his name? What's the fucking dork that hasn't been in him yet? Some fucking billionaire guy. I don't even know, dude. Tom Stiers. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's 12? Oh, that's right. Dude, that's right. I remember reading that this is the most. So like they've actually added 2 people to this. There's 12 people participating in the debate. And this is officially the largest primary debate in recorded American history. It's like they're going the opposite direction that they need to be going. Like the whole idea of these debates is to refine down this group of candidates into the electable ones, and they're adding. I've heard some Bernie bros saying that, and I don't necessarily think that they're on the wrong track. I've heard some Bernie bros saying that they're keeping the number of people so high because they want to dilute the amount of time that Bernie gets to talk. They want to make sure that he gets the least amount of time that they can possibly give him while still being within the, reasonable doubt range of silencing him. I don't know if I believe that fully, but I wouldn't put it past. It's CNN doing this one, so. But yeah, so for the first time, Warren will be standing right in the center with Biden. I saw the order, and it's like Warren, Biden in the middle, and then flanking them, I think, is Kamala and Bernie, and then, it goes out from there. Yeah, dude, Warren's on the uptick. I think she's the new, like, mainstream media candidate now that Biden is showing himself to be kind of a weaker candidate. So I think that, you're going to see CNN and MSNBC and ABC News and all those fucking normal liberal news outlets heavily banking Warren now. Anybody but Bernie. Oh, the debate is on Clinton News Network. Yeah, they're going to try and force Biden or some other corporate shill. Well, no shit. I mean, you've basically got a roster of corporate shills up there, with a couple of exceptions. How do you feel about Yang since he's held on this long? I think that the fact that he's held on so long is kind of diminished by the fact that this primary season has been absolutely overstuffed with candidates. So I think it steals a little bit of thunder from Yang. That, you know what I mean? He's still there when Amy Klobuchar is still there, when Julian Castro is still there, when Butthead O'Rourke is still there. Marianne Williamson, to my knowledge, is not at this one. I might be wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I took a cursory look at the stats on this upcoming debate today, but I can't remember. I mean, I can't be expected to remember all 12 of the fucking people that are in it. But yeah, there's some obvious. I mean, I hate to say it, but Tulsi shouldn't be up there. Fucking. Let me try and think of everybody that shouldn't be up there. Tulsi shouldn't be up there. The new guy that they're adding tonight that's never been in one of these yet, Tom Steyer, shouldn't be up there. Julian Castro shouldn't be up there. Beta O'Dork shouldn't be up there. Thanks, Tucker. Who else? I'm starting to think that Pete Buttigieg should not be up there. Yang is ranking 4th to 6th in the polls, depending on who you look at. Yeah, I mean it's it's more impressive than some of the other people that are making the showing up there. But once again, these debates are so diluted. I would rather have Yang. Here's the people. If I was running the debate, here's the people that would be there: Andrew Yang, Joe Biden, not in any rank either. Andrew Yang, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. I'm pretty sure that's it. I gotta be honest with you. One of those 4. Those are your electables, in my opinion. And I don't even really think Yang is all that electable. But he's polling high enough to where I feel like he should still have a spot on the stage. Fuck Kamala Harris. I mean, I know she's polling all right, so maybe she deserves a spot. So yeah, maybe it's a 5-person one. We put Kamala on there. We tack her on there. We got 5 people. Think about how much more you'd get to hear from those candidates. This is going to be worse than the other debates. I want you guys to let that sink in. Those of you that have been watching these debates with us, because I've watched all of them, start to finish. Now, I haven't listened to all of them, but that's a different story. Every last one of these has been oversaturated by people and hamstrung by the amount of time that the actually electable candidates get to speak versus these tacked on vanity, presidential bids. This one's going to be worse. How is Yang not electable? I don't think that he resonates well enough as a politician. If you look at the types of people that are elected to political office, he has a more corporate structure to the way that he speaks and presents himself, and I don't think it resonates with people. He's not good at the politician game. It's nothing about his policy. I think his policies are pretty, obviously popular with a wide cross-section of people. But there's a huge aspect to this game that a lot of people don't consider. People try and go into this looking at it from a policy angle, and I don't blame them. But what you really ought to be looking at is the theatrics of it. Who got the sickest burn off of the night? Who presented themselves in the most fiery and impassioned way? Who called out Trump the hardest? Who looked the best standing up there? Who projected the most dignity and power while they were speaking? Those are honestly the things, if you want to know who's going to come out on top of these debates, that you should be looking at, if that's the only thing you care about. Policy is secondary. And Andrew Yang doesn't present as well as some of the people that are up there. I wrote the damn bill. Exactly. Who has that moment? Who can craft the biggest burn, the biggest gotcha moment of the night? I know what's in it because I wrote the damn bill. That's the moment. You know what I mean? Bernie won that debate. Sadly, Paul is correct and things will continue to suck. I know. That's the best burn. I mean, it's a pretty sick burn. To me, there was only one burn that was sicker. When he took the mic at the nomination ceremony for the last fucking presidential campaign and said, I, Bernie Sanders from Vermont, announced that Vermont votes for Hillary Rodham Clinton. That was the sickest burn of all, man. That was the sickest burn of all. Hillary Rodham Clinton. I'm with her. What else was he supposed to do? Split the convention. It's happened a bunch of times in American political history. Split the fucking convention. That's what the convention is for. What else is he supposed to do? He had nothing else he can do. Yes, he could have. He could have split the convention. Why can't he do that? It's been done. It's been done in American political history multiple times. Wouldn't serve his political goals, which is what? Losing again? Because I'm sorry, to quote the great stable genius Donald J. Trump, he's falling off the end of the stage. You know, you used to be right here, and now you're over there. You're eventually going to fall off the end of the stage. You remember that, Bern? He's falling off the stage. We're going to be streaming the Democratic debate for our patrons today. And then non-paying plebs will get a VOD of it a couple days from now or something like that. Bernie should have gone all, it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Yeah. Doll Smick. Thanks for the $4, bro. This whole shabazz, the conspiracy, our society keeps getting worse and bleak and awful until the reptoids can finally invade. All right. You do you, buddy. It starts at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Pacific. So about an hour from now. Well, about an hour and a half from now. Give or take. Shut up and quit ignoring the truth. The truth. Hey, Paul. Hey, Jeff Tennerman. This is the first one I'm not gonna watch. I think you're gonna miss out on some funny shit, but I don't blame you. The barrage of these, I'm not looking forward to the actual event of watching this. See, I'm lucky. I get to sit around with a couple of my friends and fuck on this thing tonight. You know what I mean? So if you can do that, maybe you should do that. Because I'm kind of looking forward to that, but I'm not looking forward to the actual substance of this debate. It's a shit show. It's going to be awful. Anderson Cooper is running it. Need I say more? Is the debate going to replace this week's Flash Friday? That's usually what happens on these debate streams. It's 3 hours worth of political content. I think that, that's pretty much a Flash Friday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going to, don't quote me on that though. We might end up doing a Flash Friday as well. But yeah, this debate I think is scheduled for 3 hours in length. So it's starting at 8 Eastern. And for you guys, if that's the case, it'll end at 11 Eastern, which is ridiculous. You should DFF John Carpenter. They live, dude. Okay. I'll do that, buddy. I mean, that's how long all these other ones have been. All of these other debates have been 3 hours long. If you start at their little opening ceremony and end when they, start the post-commentary kind of shows. 3 fucking hours. And you know what the sad thing is? They spend that amount of time in the political doldrums, but you don't get to hear enough from any of the candidates because there's so many of them fucking up there. So it's like it's the definition of a waste of time. The absolute definition of a waste of time. Take the people whose voices we actually need to hear because one of them is actually going to win this presidency or win the nomination at the very least. and dilute it with a bunch of nobodies and people that have no political capital and absolutely are not going to have a breakout moment that just pushes them up, 20 points in the polls, which is what they need. Everybody that's not in that core group of 4 or 5 people, they need like a 20-point jump in the polls to compete, to be, on that stage. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. Just a castaway out here lost at sea. Oh. Bernie, will your health care plan raise taxes on the middle class? Oh, that's the question you want? All right, well, we'll see. I think he's been asked that at every one of these debates. I've heard Tom Steyer will buy his way into the debate. Tom Steyer? Who? I mean, yeah, he hasn't been in any of these debates. Nobody wants to hear from him. We're absolutely going to waste our time letting this stupid fucking billionaire buy his way into the debate to say shit that is never going to be quoted by anybody outside of 24 hours after he says it. Unless Tom Steyer jumps up on his podium and pulls his dick out and starts helicopter dicking, nobody's going to be talking about anything he does, but yet we're still going to be subjected to multiple questions over the course of 3 long hours aimed directly at Tom Steyer as if he's an actual candidate that people are going to embrace, and it just isn't, it's not so. How many more debates are there? I know there's another one in November. And then there's the Iowa caucuses and all that shit. I think there's at least 2 more of these after tonight. So tonight and 2 more. Mike Gravel read the Pentagon Papers for 5 hours in Congress. Good for him. If you don't give a fuck about elections, why even speak on it? Live stream at Golden Corral instead? Ew. Dude, I know I'm a big fat, slobby looking slovenly guy, but can you at least do me the respect of not pegging me as a person that would ever eat at a Golden Corral? Dude, I was taken there as a kid, and that's all I needed was 1 or 2 tastes of the Golden Corral as a child to know that that's not a place you ever go eat. Come on, man. I'm willing to take my fucking lumps here. All right? I'm willing to give ground to the troll and to the vicious attacker. But come on. Golden Corral. Golden Corral. Man. You've got me 100% twisted if you think I would ever be caught dead in a fucking Golden Corral. You can take that to the bank. It could be worse, you're right. There are definitely worse things you could eat than a Golden Corral, but fuck a Golden Corral, man. It's gross. Paul loves Pepsi and Golden Corral. Dude, no way. Why are you pinning that shit on me, bro? You'd rather eat shit? I don't know that I'd rather eat shit. I don't know if I'll go as far as you, Ilamal. I'll probably go to if it's the apocalypse and the only thing open is the Golden Corral and everybody else in town that refuses to go to the Golden Corral is just standing around in the middle of town with a big mound of shit and some forks, I'll probably go to the Golden Corral. But only in that situation, you know. The one thing I remember when I was a kid was they had those mashed potatoes out at the Golden Corral. And when you would walk up on the mashed potatoes, there would be like a crust of mashed potato that you'd have to kind of break through to get to the stuff that was still somewhat fresh because it had been sitting under the heat lamp all day. Right? So there's like this, little like eighth of an inch yellow crust that you like break into with your spoon to get your mashed potatoes. I'm telling you guys, if you can make mashed potatoes gross and repulsive, then that's a restaurant I don't want to eat at. Because I got to tell you, dude, it is hard to fuck up a mashed potato. Real gross. Real gross. Yeah, dude. Another gross ass place that I'll be glad to never visit again, Sizzler. Do they even have Sizzlers anymore? Is Sizzler still a thing? Sizzler, very, very similar to Golden Corral. Sizzler, dude. Oh, fuck. Sizzler. Oh my god, dude. My stomach turns at the thought of it. Applebee's, well, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to an Applebee's in probably 10 years. But the last time I would go to Applebee's, they was alright. It wasn't like, oh my god, yes, the cuisine here was fantastic. The foie gras and aged brandy wine sauce was, you know what I mean? It was just like, hey, here's a big pile of fried shit and a big fucking giant beer. Have at it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But like I said, that was probably 8-10 years ago. So maybe Applebee's has fallen off. TGI Fridays versus Ruby Tuesdays. I haven't been to enough Ruby Tuesdays to make the comparison. I will tell you this. TGI Fridays, over the course of the amount of time that I've known them to exist, and the probably, 10 times in my life that I went to one, I will give it this, and it's not really a point. It's not really a good thing. It's consistently inconsistent. Every time I go to TGI Fridays, I felt like they're trying to be a different restaurant than I remembered that they were from the first one. You know what I mean? That's the impression I have of TGI Fridays. Absolutely no consistency as a company. You walk in there, one time I went, I remember they were doing all this fresh shit. Low calorie options, big old salads. And then one time I've been in there and it was all just like, we're the Gut Bucket Pub. Come on to tea. You know what I mean? I've walked in there and they were trying for like a sports vibe. Like, come to TGI Fridays, the place where people go to watch football. We got cheese sticks. You know what I mean? I shit you not. TGI Fridays has been a different restaurant every time I've gone to it. Let me ask you guys this while we're on the subject of these kind of slightly more upscale fast food places that you have to sit down at. What do you guys think of Red Robin? Oh, dude, Jay Neal right at the same time, dude. Or Jay Kroll. It's great minds think alike, my friend. What about that Red Robin? How do you guys feel about that Red Robin, though? Red Robin, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of dig Red Robin. And here's why. Here's why Red Robin is good. Endless fries. You guys can't tell me you've never taken advantage of the endless fries and been happy that you didn't have to pay for a side of fries. Endless fries. It's the shit. It's the shit. It's not the greatest. I'm not trying to sell it like it's a great experience. I'm just saying, when you're talking about these types of restaurants, TGI Fridays, fucking Sizzler, what's one we haven't mentioned yet? Red Lobster, right? When you put it amongst its peers, Red Robin. I gotta pick the Red Robin. If there's a Red Robin nearby, and I got one of those others as a Outback, yeah. Now Outback is one. I gotta be honest with you. I might be biased because I lived right next to an Outback Steakhouse in Fresno, like right around the corner from one. For, God, let me do the fucking math. 8 years? 6 years? 7 years? Something like that? So I used to go quite a bit. But I'm telling you, in the early 2000s, kind of like 2003, 4, 5, that era, Outback was pretty dope. The Bloomin' Onion, which now I've heard is a soggy, sad mess, used to be the centerpiece of every Outback experience. The Bloomin' Onion. You got to get the Bloomin' Onion. Whatever else you order is going to be mediocre and forgettable, but that Bloomin' Onion with that sauce that they have, that liquid crack sauce that you dip your Bloomin' Onion in, as a fat guy, I got to tell you, you can't go wrong. Steak and Shake, I haven't had much experience with Steak and Shake. I grew up in California. There was not a Steak and Shake around where I was, and if there was, I'd never seen it. The first time I had Steak and Shake was when I was living in Ohio for a month when I first joined DP. And I went a couple of times. I got to tell you, Steak and Shake fries can go suck a dick. Those tiny little shoestring fries, they're the smallest, little, tiniest, little fucking hypodermic needles looking fries. You know what I mean? That shit is for the birds. Those fries are gross. Get out of here, Steak and Shake. And Steak and Shake isn't a sit-down restaurant anyway. We're not talking fast food here. Fast food is a whole different conversation. You got me off track, and I don't appreciate it. What are some other ones? You guys are probably all too young to remember this one. What was it fucking called? It wasn't called Shenanigans. Oh my fucking God. There was this type of restaurant, like Red Robin type of restaurant that we were talking about. Because I always think of Shenanigans because that's in that movie Waiting. Bennigan's. What happened to Bennigan's, dude? Bennigan's. See, there was one Bennigan's near me, and it was in Fresno, and it was in an area of Fresno that I didn't go to very often. So I've only have a couple, 2, 3, 4 experiences at a Bennigan's, maybe, over the course of my life. But I gotta tell you what happened to that Bennigan's. Let me tell you what was dope on the Bennigan's menu. The Monte Cristo. That's how you know that somebody has been to a Bennigan's, because they know about the Monte Cristo at Bennigan's. That's that sandwich, big old ham, turkey, bacon sandwich thing, like a triple-decker one, dipped in batter, deep fried, covered in powdered sugar, and served with a little side of sweet and savory raspberry jam to dip it in. My dude, the Monte Cristo at Bennigan should have floated that restaurant in for eternity. It's a sad state of affairs when there's still a Sizzler open, but there's not a Bennigan's. Dude, you want to know another old school one? It might even be regional that a lot of people don't remember. Bob's Big Boy. Bob's Big Boy. Yeah, Bob's Big Boy was the shit. They had a big-ass hamburger back in the day. And they had this statue of this huge, enormously fat dude in, red overalls with, a flannel shirt on, and he's holding this big burger, and he's like... They had a statue, a giant cartoon statue of this big fat dude with a burger standing out in front of every restaurant. Yeah, Bob's Big Boy. Bob's Big Boy was the shit. And I haven't seen a Bob's Big Boy in I don't know how long, man. It was probably the 80s the last time I saw a Bob's Big Boy. God damn. Why are all the good ones go under? Bennigan's with that Monte Cristo. Fat Ho Burger, yeah. You get the blue cheese burger that was the stankin' ho. The mushroom burger that was the moldy ho. The burger with onion straws and crispy bacon on it. I don't know. The crispy ho. Good old Fat Ho Burger. Yeah, dude, build the time machine already. Let me go back to a Bob's Big Boy. Or a Bennigan's with their pseudo. Like, Bennigan's was like, I think it was like sold as like an Irish type of place. Like, I remember they would play that, like, you know, Irish kind of folk music in there sometimes. And yeah, Bennigan's. What happened to Bennigan's, man? Big Boy is still a thing, but is it still Bob's Big Boy? Because if Bob's not involved, I don't want it anymore. New Way hot dogs. Yeah, I like a hot dog. I'm not the hugest hot dog fan, but I can appreciate a good hot dog, you know. Paul's salty eye stereotyping, but he's still talking food. Well, I mean, what do you want to do? It started a topic, man. Because that's like a whole little subsection of restaurants that people don't often compare to one another. Because they're kind of like the sad middle way, you know, where it's like, man, I don't want to just eat straight up burgers, but, you know, I'm not trying to eat all healthy either. So let me just go to like the place where I sit down. That's right up the street too. Convenience, man. I might have to drive like 25 minutes to get something good, but the Applebee's right up the way. Nobody ever compares these, you know? Like, what are you going to do? Somebody's got to do it. I'm fat. I've been to all of them. What are you going to do? I've never been to a Druthers, so I couldn't tell you. Oh, Bob passed away due to his 7th heart attack. Rest in peace, Bob. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let me tell you something. Like, I'm never the guy that goes like, oh yeah, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. That's never come out of my mouth. I've been to a couple because other people have wanted to go there. I don't like boycott it, but you will never hear the words come out of my mouth other than this time. Let's go to the Buffalo Wild Wings. I just have never, can't do it. I can't do it. Hooters might be the worst chicken ever. Dude, yeah, but see, the thing is, you're not going to Hooters for the food. So you can't really bitch. That's why I've only been to Hooters once. Because I didn't like the exchange. I left with a boner and a disappointed stomach. And got, you know, runny poop from it. That was the exchange. It's like, no thanks. I'd rather go to the Red Robin where they've got endless French fries. I can't believe Hooters still exists, by the way. I gotta tell you. Cheddar's? I think I went to a Cheddar's once in Texas. When I lived in San Antonio. I think I went to a Cheddar's. But I've only been that one time. It was good. Denny's, IHOP, Huddle House, or Waffle House. Waffle House is the king of that level of restaurant. The breakfast and endless refillable coffee joint, there will never be a place that beats Waffle House. And I'm a recent convert, too. I never fucking went to a Waffle House until a couple of years ago. 2-3 years. But I will say with definitive truth that you will never go to a Denny's and not wish you went to a Waffle House. You will never go to an IHOP and not go like, should have went to the Waffle House. Like, Waffle House is perfect, consistent. It's exactly what that type of restaurant should be. Endless stale coffee, good, like, small menu of basic shit, a hamburger and french fries, bacon and eggs, greasy, cooked right there in front of you, cooked to order. You know, just breakfast traveler food. That's Waffle House.
Iron Skillet's pretty good too.
Fuck Iron Skillet.
I love Iron Skillet. It's like Waffle House quality with a big menu.
Fuck them.
They're awesome. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Speaking fucking blasphemies over there. Oh yeah, Waffle House okay, but I like Iron Skillet.
I like,
Get outta here.
Barrel, too.
Cracker Barrel, I don't think is in that.
Yeah,
Cracker
it's not
Barrel
like-
is its own
it's like
thing.
Maybe not above, but it's different.
I would put it on now they look nothing alike, but I would put it on the Red Robin scale.
Is this the fourth debate or the fucking third?
It's the fourth, isn't it? You guys correct me if I'm
Sounds
wrong.
right.
Dude, do you know that they added people?
Yeah, there's 12.
There's 12. The largest primary debate in recorded American history.
Yep.
So they're going the opposite direction from what they need to do to make these watchable and useful by diluting the candidate pool even more with voices that nobody wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be awesome.
Yum shit. Got it? Pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish I'd known about Waffle House back when you could smoke in one.
Oh man, yeah, that was the glory days. I mean, I wasn't even a smoker then, but I remember being a kid going to Waffle House and just the fucking whole place billowing the smoke. Great. But then this fucking, I mean, they did it up until the state stopped them here.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a Waffle House changed its policy. It was the fucking state was like, can't smoke in restaurants no more.
I missed out on a lot of the indoor smoking shit
You know where you can still
as a
find it?
California
Go to
kid.
Fucking, go to fucking rural Kentucky and you can find all kinds of smoking indoors still.
Really?
Yep.
The only places I've ever seen it, because I didn't grow up around, like in California, they banned it probably before I was born.
Right. This is local county.
Nobody was smoking in any restaurants or airports or airplanes or anything. So the only places I've ever seen it are like casinos, basically. Are the only place I've ever lit up indoors. Like in a business, you know what I mean? But yeah, I kind of missed out on all that. I wish I would have lived in that era. Dude, because I was a childhood smoker. Like I started smoking at 16, so how cool would it have been at 16 to go to the IHOP and just light up in it? Sit there and order like just coffee and a side of scrambled eggs because you're broke and just light up in the fucking IHOP, dude. I missed it.
Missed the fucking life, man.
Stupid ass California. Childhood smoker. Yeah, well, what would you call that? That's pretty fucking early to start smoking.
And sometimes you talk to some of these old people, they're like, I started smoking when I was 11 and shit.
Yeah. I knew people that were smoking way before I was.
Yeah, so some people start real early with that.
Yeah. I had friends that were sneaking cigarettes and shit when they were, 12, 13. Waffle House has a comfy aura. It's like no other. Do you know what killed me with the smoking? They sent me to a place that was just like college. I did a summer school thing when I was 16. Well, I was 15 going on 16. And they sent me to this fucking summer camp thing that was just like college. It was like I enrolled in Cal Arts at Valencia. And I did a whole fucking semester there. And everybody smoked. And I saw how cool the people that smoked were, and I couldn't resist. I had to smoke. I started on cloves. Jarums, dude.
Smokers are fucking cool.
They're so cool. I saw a dude just like sitting there strumming his guitar. He had chicks all around him. He had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
It's time to
Crooning
smoke,
away.
you fucking pussies.
Me and my friends were trying to do the same thing. I was there with my my bandmate Morgan and my other bandmate Rodney. We all three went. So we all wanted to be that. None of us smoked yet. And by the time we left, dude, pack-a-day smokers, all three of us. We even graduated from the cloves just to Marlboros. We just went straight to the Reds. We were like, why are we smoking these cloves?
Fuck this clove bullshit.
Dude, it was cool.
Time to smoke like a goddamn man.
See, you can't, like, vapes can't be cool like cigarettes can.
Yeah, maybe they will with a lens of nostalgia years later.
How? Say you're a musician.
Yeah.
Like, how do you gracefully vape as you play? Would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven. Like, there's no way to, like, just let the fucking shit dangle while you smoke.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know, Paul. Hey, can you turn that TV on?
Yep. It on.
Debates. Who's doing this one? Is it CNN again?
CNN. Anderson Pooper.
I'm gonna have trouble putting this one on music because they're the ones who fucking hit us with strike last time.
Oh, we'll have to stream it on Vimeo for
Well,
sure.
I know that. I'm just saying. I don't know if we'll be able to post the. You know.
Oh, maybe we can chop it up or
Yeah,
something.
we might have to like chop it or something. You know, I've been talking to a guy about editing some shit, so maybe it'd be a good test for him.
Yeah, just let him roughly chop it or some shit, and we'll try it that way.
Yeah. I could be mistaken about who flagged us last time. I think it was CNN. Cocksucking motherfucking piece of shit.
When Bernie got that heart attack, I lost most hope. At least Biden is losing the lead. I mean, at least Biden is losing the lead to Elizabeth Warren. Is that really something to do a cartwheel about at this point? I guess for some people it is.
Elizabeth Warren.
No, thank you, though.
I think she's just peachy keen. I love Elizabeth Warren. Yay! And some of the Bernie people, they take their hatred of Elizabeth Warren really far. And I'm like, man, I don't really like her, but god damn, dude, some of these people, they fucking really don't like that bitch. On like a whole other level. You seen them ever call her like Elizabeth Warren?
Warren, too corporate for progressives and too progressive for corporatists. Oh, man. That's actually pretty insightful.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of but the thought is that maybe she's just progressive enough for progressives and just corporate enough for corporatists, you know?
Well, she's definitely the one that's, like, she's going to be, I think that the media is going to run with Warren now that they've seen that Joe Biden probably ain't going to cut the mustard.
Oh, yeah, he sucks.
And anybody that the status quo of the Democratic Party would run with is somebody that I'm
They keep trying to make
instantly
the argument, too,
suspicious
like,
of.
your policies are virtually identical to Bernie Sanders. People point out, like, actually, there's all these differences, and they're like, no, virtually identical. It's like, no, they're not. Stop this.
I also think that there's a cynical, like, we just need a woman in the White House angle that's being exploited too.
Yeah. Maybe
Like, there's
she
definitely
would be the
voters
first
that-
vagina in the White House.
Right. That you gotta admit that there are probably a significant amount of people that vote on that first.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So
sure. Absolutely. I mean, it's the same with Obama. You know, we got like 90-something% of black vote and shit. Because, you know, there's like, I mean, black people usually vote Democrat anyway, but the ratio was even higher in that election. So obviously there was some even black people that usually vote Republican or don't even show up to vote are like, fuck this, we get Obama.
Warren isn't bold enough to defeat Trump, man. She just tries too hard to be the nice old Grammy. Yeah, I mean,
think you'll be seeing her be nice to Trump, but I don't know if she really has. I haven't really seen her on a mean streak, you know? Like,
dude, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not willing to give Trump the same leeway in the debates that I gave him back in the day. Because I don't know that he's still capable of that.
Oh, dude, I think he is. Do you see that shit? Do you see him unloading on Joe and Hunter Biden at that fucking campaign rally?
Not
He
really.
was doing the same old. He was right.
Was he?
back
He's
to,
back to the
He
shtick.
was right back to.
I have never watched one of his rallies. I watched that fucking press conference, but he wasn't.
He does it in the rally. He's just doing the same usual thing. The crowd's eating out of his fucking hand, and he's like, Hunter Biden gets, drops out of school. Next thing you know, he's got $1.5 billion. What's up with that? Media keeps saying it's not real corruption. Of course it is. Lying media, bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I talked to my friends on Wall Street, and they said they never heard of anything like this before. Usually nepotism doesn't even happen in Wall Street, but this time it did.
Do you think that somebody could beat him like by just dropping a bullshit in a response? Like if Bernie was up there, do you think Bernie could deflect all of that right back in his face and steal his thunder by just going, "That's total bullshit. You're talking bullshit." You know what I mean? Just drop a couple of bullshits.
Yeah.
Push that envelope.
You can't rush it though.
Right. He's got to wait. Let him build.
You gotta wait until you know for a fact it's the right moment. You can't just pounce on the bullshit thing, on the first bullshit thing that comes out of his mouth.
Right.
You gotta wait till he says something that you can thoroughly fucking be like, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Right.
He's gotta and Trump, he's gotta do it, it can't be like once it's his turn. It's gotta be like an interjection.
Oh yeah. He's got to just jump on the mic and be like, "You're full of shit."
Super respectful up until that point.
Right. "You're full of shit."
Almost to put Trump off guard, like, oh, he's gonna go easy on me.
Right.
And then, midway through one of Trump's lies, Bernie or whoever it is, just needs to be like, "That's bullshit! I've heard enough of your bullshit!" And then just lay into all the reasons why it's bullshit.
He doesn't even have to. Just call it out as bullshit. That's all I want to hear.
Bullshit.
Everybody knows the reasons. Just call it what it is.
They really don't.
Blue Noble for $5 says, "One of the things that Warren did that pissed me off the most was voting for the increase in military spending. I was done with her then."
That's something that if these people really want to steal her thunder, I'd definitely be bringing that up. Bernie Sanders is pretty strong on that because he didn't vote for that shit. Andrew Yang can bring it up because no one even knows what he would have done. It wasn't like he's in office.
I mean, there's a lot of these like pro-military leftist centrist types.
Right.
That appeals to. The fact that she's willing to, continue our military misadventures.
Right. But I mean, like, as Kyle Kalinske was saying the other day on Secular Talk about this, it's not even so much about just the military budget, but you got to frame it like, how can you have this idea that this guy is unstable and he shouldn't even be in office, he's unfit for office, but we're giving him a blank check for all this military spending,
Right.
So you don't necessarily frame it like, I'm against this military spending. But you can frame it like, why did you give a blank check to Trump, who you say is not even fit for office and is a threat and a danger to us all?
Right.
So how does that make sense? So you want to go at it from like that angle, I think. But I mean, I think probably in the case of Bernie and Tulsi, they should just go right for the fucking anti-war vote.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know that is strong enough in this country anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a strong enough drumbeat of anti-war anymore. We've all been so desensitized, and I probably couldn't name all the current ongoing military conflicts we're involved in. So it's just like, I consider myself to be anti-war, but can I credibly be anti-war when I don't even know how many wars my country's fighting with my tax dollars?
I mean, isn't it? I think that's probably the best reason to be anti-war at this point. You can't keep track of all the ones that are fucking going on. The media doesn't even report on them. The budget is fucking...
I feel like I've just been stripped of any fucking... And it sucks. I don't care about these military conflicts anymore. On either side. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to see people needlessly die. But they're so far gone and so many and so widespread, and the game is so apparent to me that sitting and wringing my hands over them ever stop. It's just absurd. Like, you were kind of cheering when Trump pulled, 50 or 100 people off the border or whatever the fuck, and allowed Syria to go back at the Kurds.
And then went right ahead and
shipped a bunch of people to fucking Saudi Arabia to fight Yemen.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're gonna bring our troops home. I don't know if you saw the meme I posted, but it was from some libertarian site, but basically it had Trump and he's like, I'm gonna bring the troops home, and then it shows the troops entering fucking Saudi Arabia, and some Saudi Arabian being like, welcome home. You know.
It's just ridiculous, dude.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Endless, and it's a huge part of our economy now. It justifies a huge amount of our fucking national budget is military spending.
Yeah.
Try snatching that back from the people that have the juicy corporate contracts that control the politicians that make the votes.
My plan, and obviously I'll never be elected to anything anywhere, but my plan was always like, why don't we just, instead of trying to cut the military budget, why don't you just fucking expand the Army Corps of Engineers and do some sort of new program where, you know,
They rebuild our fucking
you
whole
have the
city.
Army fucking use some of the military budget on infrastructure, basically. That way, you know, you can still have it, you know, earmarked as military spending, but it's actually doing something that's, you know, functional.
Sounds like socialism to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, let's just turn the army into a civilian workforce that just goes around and does roads for free on the back of the taxpayer. It sounds like socialism to me.
Yeah, I would say that it kind of is. But, yeah, that's what I do. I was president.
They want to take our proud soldiers who are trained to fight, kill for this nation, and turn them into road workers.
Yeah.
That's the...
I think you can make a good case that, I mean, obviously there's always going to be some stupid counter-argument, but, I mean, you could make the case that it's definitely crucial to our national security to have a good, solid infrastructure.
Well, I think you could make a good fucking argument for it, but that doesn't mean that enough people in this country would understand the worth of that argument to make it worth a fucking shit. That's the problem. Like, we can't even agree on the villain. We can't even agree, like, what it is that we're oriented against.
I'm against bad things and in favor of good things. Let's see here.
You streaming the debate on YouTube or Vimeo? YouTube would immediately, like, every time we've tried to stream these debates, I got popped on this channel. The last time this channel went down was because I streamed the debate from home on Highdeology. So,
hey everybody, me and Paul and Scotty are going to be streaming the debate. Obviously we can't get away with it on YouTube, so we're going to be doing it on Vimeo. The link is down below, and we hope to see you there.
cool. Yeah, I forgot we do the live stream for everybody.
Yeah, we just do it.
Right. Got it.
It's just easier to do it that way.
So there you go. You guys can all watch.
Yep, it's going to be on Vimeo. There will not be a chat because unfortunately their chat is just too wonky and it slows everything down, and
Yeah.
it's hard to control trolls and shit.
And then patrons get the full thing, and we'll try and figure out how to get clips for YouTube for...
Yeah, or I don't know. We might find that we can get away with it. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll have to figure that out after the fact.
I think the first one was CNN, though, right?
I'm pretty sure that the one that we got a strike on was CNN.
Yep.
So I think we got to be careful on that one. We might have to just release like a few clips from it. But yeah, well, whatever. So I guess I should upload that video.
When was the last time I killed someone?
Yeah, Paul. When was the last time you murdered somebody?
God.
It's been too long, Paul. What are you doing?
What time is it?
It's 6:10. So when's the debate? 7. I'm just trying to get everything set up and ready to go. Paul's streaming from his phone now. So just so you know.
The last time someone started asking too many questions. What? What? What?
What?
Excuse me? What? I love that dude in Birdemic. No, the gas is $1,000 per gallon if you want to buy the gas. He's the best actor in that movie. The gas station attendant. Oh, I'm sorry, we are all out of water because the bird attacked.
Because the bird attacked us.
Oh no, because the bird attacked.
Gas $1 million.
Birdemic is the best, dude.
More like turd emic.
Dude, no, that movie's brilliant. People shit on that movie. They
More
shouldn't.
like Turdemic. More like piece of shit movie. Know what I'm saying? Know what I be saying, Paul?
Better than Travolta in Battlefield Earth? No. But few things are.
Yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck?
Once again, here's a performance that this man gets absolutely made fun of for that has brought joy to so many uncounted millions of people.
I mean, like, how you gonna really?
He's like the Jerry Lewis of our age with that performance, man. He was like the sad
I
clown.
heard he's really great in the new Fred Durst movie too.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I've heard he turns out a fucking... I know he was great in Gotti.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll never see the real face of John Gotti in my mind again.
Kind of turning into sort of a Nicolas Cage-esque figure in my mind, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, just in the sense that they're both pretty good actors.
Yeah, but when's the last time he turned out...
a lot of fucking garbage?
When's the last time he turned out a good one, though? Because Nick Cage sprinkles a great performance in amongst all his bullshit. That's what makes him Nick
I
Cage.
think Travolta just needs to go do another Tarantino movie or something.
I don't know that he's got it anymore, dude. He's weird and plastic looking now. Like, what's Tarantino gonna do with him?
Maybe they can cast him as some kind of weird plastic person.
Put him in the fucking Star Trek thing. That'll never happen.
Oh, I thought he was pretty good in that OJ thing. Wasn't that long ago?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I don't really count it.
He was definitely over the top in it, but I don't know if he really capped, like, whenever he was on the fucking screen, he really fucking drew the attention to him.
Oh yeah, dude, he chewed the scenery for sure. It was good. You're right about that. I'll give him credit where credit is due.
Maybe he should do more TV work and stop
Yeah.
with these fucking movies. You
Yeah.
should find himself, I mean, that's where fucking a lot of the good actors go these days anyway. Go find yourself a nice detective show or something where you can solve a mystery every week, you know?
Or rewrite history.
Yeah. Maybe he can fucking, maybe they can do a new Time Cop series and he can just be like the chief or something.
Yeah.
He can rewrite history and solve a mystery every week.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to place that performance amongst the other ones that I've seen because they've just been like so weird and soulless.
He's a weird guy. He was really fucking weird now as Will Smith, dude. He's like he has no charisma anymore. It's really weird.
And it seems like the weirder
Seems
he
like he's
gets, the
constantly
more
on
of him that we're
playlist.
being spoon fed though.
Yeah.
Like we literally just got a movie that released where it's him fighting him.
Yeah.
The whole premise is it's double the Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Will
is-
Smith versus Will Smith in Will Smith.
Oh, by the way, spoilers for that movie. I didn't see it, but I looked up what happens.
Uh-huh.
And so him and his clone make friends eventually, and the clone goes to college and has a normal life, and they both fight the real enemy, which is the guy that made the clone in the first
Oh
place.
my God, kill me now.
So, if you were thinking that maybe there was any chance of that being good, let that kill the notion for you.
Wow. Well, I have no notion that it was going to be good in the first place. It's the Nutty Professor remake starring... Oh yeah, dude. When are we going to get that? Dude, I just saw the fucking saddest trailer I've ever watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was it for?
It was for an upcoming fucking Robert Downey Jr. vehicle, Doolittle.
Oh, Doolittle, dude, yeah. Yeah,
Oh my God.
goddamn right.
The
I haven't-
worst shit.
Dude, I haven't looked at the trailer yet, but I've seen the promotional imagery, and I was just like, I don't even
Why
know.
would he do that? He probably has a contract with Disney for a certain amount of movies.
I don't know.
Motherfuck. I don't even know, dude. Oh my God. It looks abysmal. It's like it doesn't even rise to the level of the really weird, Uncanny Valley-ish Lion King. It's like, it looks like early 2000s CGI animals flying around
Got it.
with a very stoic, dead, flat Robert Downey Jr. putting on a really horrible British accent.
Yeah. Okay.
It's horrible, dude.
Wasn't he just do another Sherlock Holmes movie, though? People always like those.
I don't know.
Do something else. Are you gonna retire? You gonna fucking quit your job being Iron Man and go be fucking Dr. Doolittle? What the fuck?
Oh my God, it looks so awful.
I hope they got a big paycheck for that shit.
Go look it up. Yes, it's a thing.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s fucking
Doolittle.
Didn't they just do Doolittle like 15 years ago, something like that?
Who was in it?
Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did.
And that was cringy as fuck too.
This one, it looks like they're going for a more action movie premise. They're not gonna make it a fun little comedy caper film. This one, he's like, there's like a boat battle. There's like a pirate ship battle with polar bears on the deck and shit.
Oh, God.
And Dr. Doolittle is on the boat, commanding the ship.
Gotcha.
There are parrots that are talking shit to him while he's doing it.
Ooh, Roger.
There's a gorilla, which I personally heard through the Jungle Vine. Gorilla is not happy about how he's portrayed in this film. So, it looks awful, man.
Yeah, that sounds really good, Paul.
Sounds like a good stoner movie, man. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know what a stoner movie is if you'd say something like that. That's horrible. Why would you say that? No self-respecting stoner would go see Doolittle.
I would. It sounds great.
Nah,
Paul.
dude.
I think it sounds really good.
Super Troopers is a stoner movie. Up in Smoke with Cheech and Chong is a stoner movie. I happen to like Pineapple Express. It's a stoner movie.
I don't like that.
Strange Brew, stoner movie.
Ugh, it's all on Facebook.
Why don't you like fucking Pineapple Express, dude?
It's not that funny.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny, TJ. The Big Lebowski, it's a good stoner movie. I agree, but I don't put it in the same category as those others. It's good as a stoner movie and as not a stoner movie. Bill and Ted, yeah. That's a stoner movie for
I
sure.
never smoked weed in that movie.
They don't have to explicitly smoke weed for it to be a stoner
I
movie.
think they do, Paul.
No, like you want to know what another stoner movie is? Napoleon Dynamite. They don't smoke a bunch of weed in Napoleon Dynamite.
Maybe they do, Paul. Maybe they do.
Not that I remember.
Maybe they do.
Fear and Loathing. There you go, stoner movie. It's another one that I would elevate above a stoner movie too. It's good as a stoner movie though, I'll agree. How High, yeah, Friday. Stoner movie.
Friday.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Watching on fucking Facebook.
Beer Fest? Nah. That's a drinker movie. It's poopy. Schindler's List, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff.
Stoner movie for sure.
It's going to be the last shot at the title for about at least a third of the people from about 3 why.
I can't look at Chris Cuomo the same way now that I've seen him how he really is. You motherfucker, you want me to put my fucking fist in your fucking hole?
Oh, Paul.
What?
What did you have that little Brian Stelter fact I dropped on you?
Oh yeah, Brian Stelter is 35.
34, dude.
34?
34. He's actually younger than me.
I thought he was at least like in his late 40s.
No,
At least.
no. He's 34 fucking.
He's like a man-child. He's like the reverse Benjamin Button. He's getting more doughy and young as he gets old.
I don't know, dude.
It's creepy.
But yeah, he was fucking literally. When I fucking saw that, I saw. You know what? It was actually who told me it was Lee Doran. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
How the world works from back in the day.
Oh yeah, he was a big antagonist of yours back in the
I
day.
still follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
And,
Is he back?
No, he doesn't really do videos anymore, but he still tweets.
Oh,
He's got like a protected Twitter, so he's like hard to see his shit. But,
got it.
But you're not allowed to respond. You can't like retweet him and shit. It's weird. It's because he's got like a semi-protected Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, he tweeted on Twitter the other day, Brian Stelter is 35, and I'm like, no fucking way. And I looked it up, and he's actually 34. And I was like, holy fuck. I've never seen a human being age as poorly. Because that dude looks like he's at least mid-40s.
He looks like a weird little like Cupid doll or something. The way they do his makeup too. They give him like rosy cheeks and bright red lips.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird.
It's weird.
You know what he reminds me of? You remember that like commercial for berries and cream Skittles?
Yeah.
That little boy with the fucking pumpkin pie haircut
Yeah.
that's got the little doll cheeks, and he's like, berries and cream. That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of a fat berries and cream kid.
That's wild.
How much better would Chris Cuomo be as a property for this news organization if he was just like the hard-talking Jersey Shore dude that he really is?
Yeah, so today in the fucking
So this
news,
stupid motherfucking Trump has
man,
fucked up again.
Fucking son of a fucking bitch did today. Fuck him.
Like, what if he was, instead of trying to play this news persona here, look at this giggling idiot. Man, what if he just turned to that fat guy sitting next to him and go, whoa, butterball, oh! Lay off the fucking cream cheese and bagels, oh!
I figure we can start recording around like 6:30 and shit.
What time is it?
It's about 6:22.
All right.
I don't know
Well,
if Scotty will be here, but I figure we can kind of start when they start talking about this bullshit.
all right. This is the end. My only friend, the end.
Of everything